Ahoy, hoy, tricky luggers!
Ahoy, hoy.
How's everybody going?
I'll come over here.
Going, happening. It's Wednesday!
We think it's Wednesday, we think it's daytime, but we're not entirely sure.
Okay, guys, I gotta tell you, it's super weird and scary here right now. So, as you know, there's lots of wildfires going on in California now. Thankfully, we are, far enough away from any, actual fires happening that we are safe.
Yeah, Oakland is not threatened by wildfires.
However, right now, the sky outside is a dark orange, and it's like nighttime.
Yeah, it's like his coffee cup, basically, outside the
sky
windows.
looks like this, I'm not kidding, like this portion of it.
Everyone has their lights on. It's kooky. Well, I mean, kooky to say the least. Our car is covered with ash, but the air, we have like a little bubble around us, and the air's not so bad, right?
Well, no, but there's golly,
yes.
I just can't tell you. It's really awful. Everything's covered in ashes. The air is, good in that it doesn't have smoke in it, but it's got lots of ashes in it. So,
but we found out our friends Mark and Kathy, who actually had to leave their house in Portland, are safe, and everything was cool. So everyone is pulling together, and we're actually gonna build Lego today.
Oh, thank you, Sam, so much for the super chat. We really appreciate that. Awesome, thank you.
We have the lights on, right?
I'm glad you found us.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's so all the lights are on in here, but I was almost late getting the show together.
Oh, that's weird, right?
I always get up when it's still dark out. And so I judge when it's time to start getting ready to do the show by when it's light enough out.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't paying close enough attention, and suddenly I looked up and it was like after 9, and it's still as dark as it was when I woke up this morning, pretty much.
Yeah,
so,
it's wacky, but
so it's a
we
weird
have
day.
Daylight balanced fluorescent and LED lighting here in the studio, so it's sunny all day long.
Yeah, I wish we could. Somebody asked if we could show. I wish we could, but there's not really any way to show you.
Yeah, not easy. But just look on the news for the Bay Area. You'll see it. Everyone's taking pictures.
Yeah, I posted a picture on my Facebook because it was just, I don't know. Maybe I can show you that in the camera.
Oh yeah, this was a lot clearer than it is now.
And brighter.
Yeah, this is what it was like this morning.
And that's not, I mean, I know the sky there looks bright, but actually if you were to see the real photo, it is like dark orange, and everything looks orange, and the street lights are on, like all the street lights are on. It looks like nighttime. So anyway,
it's kooky.
Enough about that.
And it's the TrickyBricks build and chat in, what is it, come rain or shine?
Nor smoke.
Right.
or orange skies.
Or bricks on the floor. Flynn spent a bunch of time organizing in the studio yesterday, too.
So
and
that
it's
was
like
nice.
a breath of fresh air, because we keep building stuff faster than we're putting it away, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Peter, it doesn't smell bad today.
No.
It smelled worse on other days that looked
like
nicer.
Last week, I think the difference is that the bad air was down at the ground last week, and now there's just like this weird high blanket, like someone put a colored cloth over everything.
Yeah, we're definitely staying inside. We have our air purifiers on. Yep. Everything's all good. So anyway,
hey, you know what we should do? We should say hi to everyone who thought to come out and hang out with us today.
I know, in this
I tell you,
in the smoky
it's cheerful
orange
in the building chat.
All right, let's see. So, hey, Albert Lee is here. Ben Dury, Brickanista, Brickworm, Chris Chalice.
Chris, Cinema Tomorrow for C.
Oh, see Tenet. You're going to see Tenet, Chalice. Gotcha. Cornado is here. Debo Bricks. Hooded One, John Luttrell, Johnny Cat. I'm sure you know what the sky is like right now.
Right.
Joshua Zender, Marilyn Parmley, Minifig Chick, Monica Berry,
Moto,
Peter Hornberger, and I assume the rest of the
Hornbergers.
Remy Baker, Rob Ketcherside, Sam Bauman, our new friend, Sarah Silverman, Shane Levin.
Hi, Shane.
Squid Kid, The Brick Orphanage, Zach Martinez, and
Zarakino. Kim,
of course. So, hey, How's it going, everybody?
What is this pin I have in my hand? Is this actually...
That's mine.
This is your Disney pin for the day?
That's my Disney pin for the day.
That is really cool.
It is. It's an old one, too. So, shall we get to that, then?
Yeah, let's do that.
Teasing it here.
Well, I don't know. I just had it in my hand all of a sudden. So, today, I'm wearing a tiny pin. I'm feeling like just basking outside with my sunglasses on because the future is so bright. I gotta wear shades. This is...
So those aren't... like eye protectants from smoke.
No, this is Chip with cat eye,
like
azure,
Hollywood glamour
deep
sunglasses,
deep cobalt blue glasses.
Now I have one that I found while I was cleaning some stuff up yesterday, and this is old, and I can tell it's old because I remember buying it many years ago, and it's got. The background is super soft rubber, which they don't make them like that anymore.
Oh, really?
And on the back, it says pin number 58.
Now, I don't
pretty
know. Early.
No, I don't know if that's back. If this is from back at the beginning of pins.
Maybe just that
it's
year.
It's so weird. Yeah, it's so weird about all that. So,
what is it?
Ahoy, hoy, Yano. How's it going? And Osorg, how's it going?
Here we go.
So this is
Look
Lullaby
at that.
Land, and it's all in black and white. I'm a big fan.
That's so cool.
It's super cute.
Like in the earliest Disney animation days, right? Was that even... That was Disney animation?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So, there we go. All right. I'm going to...
Here, you could put that on, too.
I know, that weird soft back. Don't understand. It's so weird. All right.
Disney pin drama. Are cinemas open in the U.S.? To my knowledge, cinemas are not open. No. Bars and movie theaters.
At least
most
around us.
Indoor stadiums, indoor gathering places are not open right now.
Yeah, very nice.
Zoom windows are wide open.
Oh, don't.
Oh, that's right. Zoom tried to take over the entire studio today and lock it out.
Zoom tried to take over the computer. So I had tried to set up something called Zoom Rooms, which apparently is Zoom, but not actual like the regular Zoom. Because I was trying to arrange the way that everything would look on the
game
on
show,
Sunday.
right? So we would know who was in what square.
Well, I restarted my computer this morning, and and this Zoom Room thing took over my computer.
Locked out all controls. There were not even the little window key. Nothing was available.
Nothing. And then it was asking for a passcode to even log out.
Yeah, so, it was like ransomware from software we went and got. Hi, welcome to our software. You can do nothing.
You will never use anything again. But I figured it out. I had to go on my phone and put some settings, and it was very confusing. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, fortunately, there were other devices. We're surrounded with what we lack in being able to go out to cinemas. We have an ability to turn on other various screens.
It's true. It's true. And we did get to watch we've been getting to watch some fun movies and shows.
Oh, we've been watching really bad old horror movies from the 70s and 80s.
And
what did we just watch? A great one. We just watched Fright Night.
Oh, well, Fright Night.
We should put that on the website because where is there a character cooler than Evil Ed?
Well, it was the 80s, and
Dracula was very 80s.
Wow,
he was in this one.
That's Chris Sarandon, So there you go, like Chris Sarandon as a vampire with William Ragsdale as the victim, and it has
what?
Planet of the Apes.
Roddy McDowell.
Roddy
McDowell is great. He plays a sort of I shouldn't say much more than it's kind of a Van Helsing character.
I think most people know.
Are we not spoilers?
I don't think we can
Night?
spoiler a movie from the 80s.
It is so worth it.
He plays like a horror movie host, and his name is Peter Vincent, obviously after Peter Cushing and Vincent Price.
Yep.
So yeah, Fright Night.
And there is so much hairspray in that movie too.
Oh,
it's funny. Like people turn into vampires, and suddenly their hair gets
bigger.
Big.
Amanda Bear's gets seduced by the vampire.
Her hair gets bigger over the course of 10 minutes,
and then turns red and gets long for some unknown reason.
And then it comes back to her cute little, normal hair.
Her little pixie.
It's a worthwhile watch.
Oh, it's
Fright
but
Night
it's also
is good.
weird. It's weird but good. I mean, it's yeah, pretty hilarious.
Yeah, it's not
Anyway.
not too scary, that one. Right?
Yeah, and we're talking about the original, not the remake. Goodness. All right.
There was a remake of Fright Night?
Yes,
There's a remake
apparently
of
with
everything.
David Tennant. So there you go. Yeah, so it's the original.
Oh, right.
Because we used to have HBO when I was a kid, and they just would show like the way HBO used to work is every month, like they do now, every month it would be new movies, but there would only be like 10. And they would show those same 10 movies
over and over. That's why I saw
loop.
Flash Gordon like, I don't know,
Same.
20 times. So many times. And Poltergeist.
Poltergeist, for me it was those two, Escape from New York.
Of course. Snake Plissken, there's a hero.
Snake Plissken. And then like on the other side of things, Evil Under the Sun, which was an Agatha Christie that had Maggie Smith. Dame Maggie. She wasn't Maggie Smith then, but Maggie Smith and
she was just Mags.
She was just Mags then. No, Maggie Smith and darn it, now I'm the Avengers, Mrs. Peel.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
her.
Game of Thrones. Yes, she was in it too. The two of them are
Diana
together.
Rigg.
Diana Rigg.
How could we not
also
know Diana
before
Rigg?
she was Dame Diana Rigg. Anyway, and yes, and
well,
Peter Ustinov.
We knew them before they were.
Yes, Peter
Dames.
Peter Ustinov as Poirot, and it's definitely his own Poirot. But man, I love that movie. It is so sassy. I know, like a gay guy had to have worked on the script of that because it is just like there's Diana Rigg and Maggie Smith like sniping at each other while wearing classic Hollywood like Joan Crawford style outfits. I'm just saying, like it had to be. It was very 80s.
Wow, we just did Whiplash.
I know. There
pop
you go.
Culture references right there. That was a zoom.
And also, you know who else was in that movie? There was a lot of famous people in that movie because that was during the time
a star vehicle
where they would put like tons of people in this like Agatha Christie murder mystery, and James Mason is also in it, and golly, a bunch of other people.
I don't know. I feel
Jane
like in
Birkin.
the UK. I feel like in the UK they do that now. You see the same actors and actresses in lots and lots of different things.
Shows.
So it has this sort of ensemble quality. It feels very theatrical in that way.
Well, it also helps that TV shows in the UK are shorter runs. Like they are less
fewer episodes.
Fewer episodes per season and fewer seasons. Like there's not many shows that run past lots of. Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Wow, they're Lego bricks. They go back together.
Duplo whale took a dive.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear. Well, hopefully he doesn't lose his head like the dinosaur, the T-Rex that lost his head.
Yeah, we lost.
Yeah.
How do you lose a giant dinosaur head? But we did, and then we found it, and by the time we found it, now we can't find the body. Right? We'll find it.
Anyway, well, that was a long rabbit hole. Sorry, everyone. That was just, that was so exciting.
Why don't we go into a normal feature?
Why don't we do something normal instead of rambling? All right.
All right.
Wait, that is normal.
It is. It's casual around here. See, we're having fun.
Wow, we're having fun at night.
It is creepy outside and super fun inside.
Exactly.
Okay, well, what do we have today? You got to hold this one really close.
Okay.
It's pretty small.
Oh, yes, Joshua Zender, Murder on the Orient Express is also a great one. And another star vehicle. Like, so many people in that. Michael York,
No, who is this? Wait, we know, I just put it off to the side. Who is this from?
This is from Shane Dennis, I believe.
Thank you, Shane.
Fallen Tree 23,
Today's
I believe.
Sticker set show and tell is from Shane Dennis. There it is. It is 7 by 8 studs small. It's from set 41383. It is Olivia's Hamster Playground. 77 parts. It comes with a hamster wheel, 3 baby hamsters, and Olivia in dark pink shorts and a top.
Now I understand. I could not understand.
What?
I could not understand.
What's going on, Flynn? This is not about the hamster wheel.
It is. So just right before the show, I didn't know he was in the other room researching the sticker, and I just hear from Richard's office, I just hear, how come we don't have any friends hamsters?
Right. Well, I mean, they were cute. I Googled them like I do, and the Bricklink thing came up for the sticker, and it says it's in one set, and I press the set, and what do I see? It looks like a Ferris wheel for hamsters.
It is, and
it's a big hamster wheel, and they're like this big.
Well, and it's using those those quarter round fences.
Oh, to make it
together,
right.
And they're in a really interesting. If you've seen it on clearance, it's actually worth it for I believe it's medium azure, quarter round fence pieces. They're really, really cool.
Do we have them in here? I have to show you these. We'll have to put them on a stick because they're tiny.
I haven't seen them. Yes, that's one of them.
Here, let's put it on.
It's that little dude.
Here. Can you even see the cuteness?
Probably not. He's blurry. That's all right.
Sorry, he's so small. He's got quantum fluctuations. You can't even see him. He's a blur.
Yeah, definitely. But so if you see it on clearance, pick it up because I'm telling you, I would
it
totally.
Is
if
so
I saw
cute.
it, I would buy it in a hot minute. Not only for the hamsters, but for those medium azure quarter round fence pieces.
You got to admit they're awful cute. Right in the light side of our Treasure of the Snake Queen piece, we had lots of little forest animals, and I think we had those in there as mice.
There was a whole
there was a whole portraying mice.
Portraying mice. I think we thought they were mice at the time.
I would buy that.
Who knows? All right, so there you go. Sticker set show and tell. So I guess.
Well, today we plan that we're gonna build, and I gotta say, with so much going on, and also. With just so much going on in our lives and the world and all that, we're going to go back to basics and just build today.
Yes, we're going to be working on our Fab Max build, and so that leads me into the Fab Max collaborative build. If you haven't heard already, we are doing a collaborative build with TrickyLug, which is all of the everybody who comes and watches the show as part of TrickyLug, hangs out. We are doing a TrickyLug collaborative build for BrickCon called Fab Max Furry Road, and it is a mix of Fabuland and Mad Max Fury Road, or just Mad Max in general.
We're seeing
obviously
lots of spikes and teeth and pointy things and flames on these cute Fabuland shapes.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen. If you haven't seen Fabuland or don't know anything about it, you should definitely look it up. You can also go to our website, TrickyBricks.com, and there's a whole article about the Fab Max collaboration and all of the rules and how to enter and all of that good stuff. I think it's going to be a really, really fun project. And if you're just joining us and haven't been here for a couple days, we have been accepted to BrickCon, which means everybody gets an extra week for their builds, an extra week,
which takes us to when?
I believe it's the 24th. I could be wrong.
There's a calendar.
Yes, the 24th. So that means now instead of till the 17th, you have until the 24th.
Yep.
24th. So the earth tones are really only seen in accessories, so would it be unfair to use them in my landscaping? Not at all.
No, they
carry on with it.
What we read is they introduced the earth tones to make it a more realistic line. So even though they were copying the primaries of Duplo, they brought it in to make it more naturalistic. So however you want to interpret
that. However you want to interpret brown into your piece, that's fine. I feel like as long as it's in the family of, and like we've explained before, imagine decorating your house for Halloween or for the holidays, right? Like you are taking Fabuland and dressing it up like Mad Max. So whatever that means to you.
Yeah, so it should still, when you look at it, it should look to you like what you think Fabuland looks like, just with this extra flavor, like there's, that kind of music playing, right?
Yeah. Oh, Yano says working on my lighting for Fab Max right now.
Ooh,
feels cool. A little too real with this morning's light. I know, right? It's
a little crazy.
Like you just go outside and take a picture and it would be fine. Fallen tree. Oh, Shane, let's talk about that. If they're at the dollar store, maybe we should try to pick some of those hamster wheels. We should try to pick some up and give them away as prizes.
That would be cool. I'd be up for
awesome. That. Okay, so anywho. Where were we at there?
Well, when I say go back to basics, like actually, when we have a build day, we just get down to it and we assemble bricks and we talk about it and, go back and forth and rebuild things. And so that's what we're going to do live on the air. Right? And I think it's not like our normal building is super fast paced. But this is definitely a more from building your own stuff.
They've seen us build MOCs here before. Yep. This is definitely nothing new.
No, it's true. So just sit back, get comfortable, get casual.
Hey, Apples, how's it going?
What I'm working on today is so I took the train, and because we have red track on our Fabuland layout, I'm going to do a yellow and blue train, and I'm going to start by taking all these mechanics and try and replace as many of those pieces with yellow and blue pieces as I can. So if any of them sneak out, they look in color palette.
Oh, so check it out. I wanted to, just real quick, that's so confusing.
What's that?
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, whoa, we've got some stuff in front of us. Sorry about that. How did that happen?
Well, that's Cookie.
Yeah, it is, right? Hi, everybody.
We're back.
That was from
the game show.
From the game setup of the game show. Anyway, here is our the article on TrickyBricks.com about the collaborative build. So you can go there and check it out. And I just wanted to show you. Here is the color palette from New Elementary, who did a great series of articles on the Fabuland and the Fabuland style. And you can see here that there's all kinds of colors. Now, I don't see explicitly dark tan in here, but I don't think it's a problem, right? Like, just, use the dark tan if you want to use the dark tan.
It should just be in the spirit of, it
Exactly. And then we, of course, FabuFan MKE gave us some really terrific ideas here for vehicles. And all of the links about where to send your pictures and everything are on here. So,
I don't know why. I have no idea why, but a certain percentage higher than any other color of our plates are not. Those aren't Lego. Like the one on the bottom there is not Lego.
Get rid of it.
Right.
There. That's what it deserves.
Logan.
That's all it is. He's not
Where's
here.
he? Oh, he's in the back.
Yeah,
I don't know, and it's so frustrating because they don't. I'm not morally opposed to non-Lego bricks, but those we find if I put those plates in, stuff doesn't fit as well afterwards.
Right. So I'll just say, everybody, hey, Stop Motion Stories, welcome. If you haven't been here before, welcome, and everybody will give you a big Tricky Lug shout out in the chat, I am sure. We are, if you are just showing up, working on our Fab Max Furry Road collaborative build.
This also, here's another one. Look at that.
Wow.
Right overhead.
Careful there, Ace.
Sorry there.
All right.
Just like in the instructions, don't throw it at your pal's head, right?
See,
no.
I have to have that with the note.
With the symbol from the instructions.
Okay, well, so we're going to be working a little bit on that. I'm going to put us over here in this mode.
Oh, are we going to do a split screen there?
Yeah, I love, they're talking about bulk purchases. I love bulk purchases. Now, I have to get started on my sushi barge. And I think I just saw Holly just showed up. Hi, Holly.
Hi, Holly.
And Marilyn Parmley is here. Hi. And also, Apples, thank you very much. For your compliment about Sunday. I'm so glad you enjoyed the show. We had so much fun putting that one on.
That was a blast.
That was crazy.
Wow,
a really, really fun time.
There's all this room in front of these drawers now.
I know, because I made room in our with our bricks. And thank you to a can you grab me that bag of bricks over there, please?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to take this thank you to our to a mysterious benefactor who sent us some that one.
Oh,
the one. Yeah. I know. Can you hold that? Can you grab that bag again? So everybody, this is what happens when I go to Bricks and Minifigs. So if you ever wondered, like, when Flynn goes to Bricks and Minifigs, like, what kind of stuff does he pick out of a jumble? Well,
that was a particularly good selection too.
Yeah, right? And I will say, you know, accent on. I was like accenting on Friends stuff, so you know. But there's some other really good stuff there. So there, question answered. If you ever wondered, now you know. But I wanted to say, check what I found out that I want to use in our build.
Oh, look at that!
It's Duplo, but what an awesome piece. And we already talked about like using Duplo, and it's still in the color scheme. So I figured, what the heck?
I love that. I want to put that in ours for sure.
We might as well use that.
We can you just put it on intermediate, like large bricks. That'll fit right on studs.
So, and I want to show you. You want to see what I love about finding bulk is finding stuff like this.
What, like little assemblages?
Yeah.
Are those stickers?
Yes, they're stickers, but they're actually put on really well, and I have about 8 more of these somewhere, which means I could do like a whole glittery slope madness, whatever that's going to be. And this great purple octagonal plate. Just saying. Cool stuff.
Now's when I'm going to have to start taking stuff apart and remember how I put it together. I'm going to photograph this thing.
All right.
We always do that. You know, if we have an assemblage and we're going to take it apart, I like to photograph it from, like, you know, all the angles. Like, if you saw an exploded drawing, what would all those angles be like that you'd want to see?
Yeah, I can be a Lego archaeologist. I'm not as prolific as my friend Dave. I mean, he's kind of like the king of that. But yeah, I did manage to find some pretty awesome stuff. So I'm very happy with this haul. And it's so me too, right? It's like pink bricks and purple plates and some bones and some flowers and some gold things and a gear. It's too silly. Yes. Fallen Tree 23. I don't know if every state has a bricks and minifigs. It's a what do you
There's
call
lots
it?
of them out here.
It's not a chain, but it's I mean, it's a chain.
Is it a franchise?
It's a franchise. Thank you. That's the word I was trying to think of. It's a franchise. So perhaps somebody might have it in your neck of the woods. I am not sure. Fabby Fan MKE, ahoy hoy! How's it going, buddy? We are just here.
Well, you were talking about mysterious benefactor bricks.
Yeah, we got some. Check it out. A mysterious benefactor sent us some building bricks to work with. So very excited about that because, you know, despite having lots of like the fancy specialty bricks that we pick, we don't have a lot of actual building bricks.
No.
So
surprisingly.
Yeah. We have a surprising lack of actual like building 2x4 building bricks. Hey, Lego Ninja 13, welcome.
You know it gets serious when the table gets rolled.
Minifig chick, you've never been to a Bricks and Minifigs? Well, I gotta say they tend to be, in my opinion, they can be a little pricey. However, you have the convenience of like picking out every stuff, and I find like, you know, lots of stuff out of the bins, and I find deals a lot. And it also depends on who's running, but sometimes I feel like they can be a little bit pricey. It just depends. Let's see.
Here we go.
Bricks and Minifigs has a big gap on the East Coast, I'm sure. What are we looking for? Oh, you wheeled everything out of the way.
No, I wheeled it out, so now we can actually get to
Very good.
The bricks, right?
Well, how about, let's see, do you mind? I need to get over, I want to go over there, but I'm not going to leave the screen empty here.
Oh, so we do have
tiles. Here and talk to everybody.
I'm just doing this very piecemeal.
I think I'm going to start working a little bit on, like I haven't been able to find we go with the Concord one. That is the one that we go to. Wow, you are all of our dirty secrets. All of our blue tiles.
All of our blue tiles and not a small amount of dog hair.
Well, that's no secret. That's no secret.
That's no secret. It's Logan. But I do find, I'm sure, like, how do you do it? We usually pour things out onto a blanket. And I like it because on a blanket, round things don't roll away. I tried that on the table the other day with a bunch of cylinders, and it was a nightmare. So what are you working on today, Flynn?
Well, I think I'm gonna work on the windmill. So we ended up deciding to move the windmill in the piece. And also, you'll probably remember last time we were here, I built these crooked little wings for the windmill. And I gotta tell you, once I got it up there, like while I love these and think they look cool, and I stand by them as a way to make interesting windmill fans.
I stand by them.
I stand by them. They actually look out of place with the rest of the model. Yeah, for one weird reason, I don't know, maybe nobody else would notice this, maybe it's just a weird me thing, but...
I do, now that you mentioned it.
They're too thin. Nothing in Fabuland has thin lines. And when I put this up there, it's such a prominent piece of architecture that it...
It was a little non sequitur, right? Everything else is really, well, compare it with the lines of that.
Yeah, I mean, everything is very thick, right? So once I got them on and put it up and had it actually like standing over the town, it just didn't look right. I was unhappy. I was unhappy with it.
Well, so what have you considered as an option? You talked about 2x-end plates.
Yeah, I talked about doing a similar thing with 2x plates. I also thought about doing them with wedge plates, but I don't know if we actually have any blue wedge plates. Oh, we moved them. I forgot. That's one of the things I did yesterday.
Oh, I didn't do what I said I was going to do and photograph this thing. Oh, of course, I guess all I have to do is go back and look at the video, right? Because
there you go.
There we go. Look, all the shapes. Live photography. Who knew?
Well, now I don't know if we have. Now it would be my luck that we would only have 2 of these, but
I had a thought about those windmill blades, Flynn.
What's that?
Well, so if you're gonna make them double the thickness or double the width, should they also be double the thickness, right? Like this wheel has some thickness to it, and maybe if we make the blades 2 plates or 3 plates thick, then they'll be more stable.
Well, I don't know if we have that many. That's the problem.
Of 2x?
I don't know if we have that many angled plates.
Well, does it all have to be yellow? Oh, I was thinking of 2x-end plates.
Oh, I was
Straight
too,
ones.
but I also realized that we have these already, like, kind of already made, and I love the way.
They're directional.
I love the way that it looks, and these could be further decorated, right?
Yeah.
Ben Dury, there is Fab Max is due on what did we just say? In
you
2
said
weeks,
not the 17th.
The 24th, September 24th. Yeah, so you still have some time.
We're gonna have a big build this weekend.
All right.
We tend to have these marathon sessions.
Oh, and Matthew, I see you're here. I wanted to apologize to you. We were not able to go to the post office. We got up to go this morning, and the entire sky was orange, and it's like night outside. We thought it best to stay inside. So hopefully it will be better tomorrow. We can check that out. But so anyway, what I was saying with this was,
can I just say?
Now I can hopefully like use 2 of these as like whole blades, and then I could do 1 or 2 of them that are kind of broken, made from other like 2x and things.
You could just lay this out and see. Are there any that are 3? No, these are 6 deep.
Yeah,
and these are 6, so that's
definitely
great.
Look different, but that's all right.
Yeah, but it fits. If you had a 2x6, you could make a convincingly broken one of these.
All right.
I don't know. I'm convinced. I mean, what does a Fabuland broke? Look, see, this fits there perfectly. So if you just add a 2x6 there, then you've got a broken one, and add a second plate behind it to hold them together.
Now, are you suggesting that we do this directly onto the blade?
I mean, that's pretty cool if we have them. I was suggesting doing an alternative to the blade.
And That was but you had been talking about double thick, so I thought, what about if it makes it look a little bit more, I don't know, broken?
And then we need to keep the weight back here too. So, are there studs on the back of this that we can? Oh, you can't.
No,
you can't go on the back side of it.
I think I'll be able to balance it out along in here.
We can actually,
technically I could push this one back a little bit so that it has more hold.
Yeah. Well, I also like this ledge here. You could even, like, if this was a 2x4 rather than a 2x6, then we could build on top of this to lock it in. Oh, but we don't want to hide all that yellow, do we?
Not particularly. So this is I guess this is the thing, right? Like, don't feel, I don't know, I was feeling pressure. Like, I felt like I couldn't change it, and I think it's something to when it comes to, like, making models and stuff like that, is something to think about, is that it's okay to change it if you need to change it and it's just not working.
Well, it's
like
funny.
Just do it. If you have the time, do it. Change it. Make it how you want it, right?
I think of it, for me, I think about it, it's weird to say this way, but I think about it in terms of boldness or bravery, right? It takes a little bit, after you've already built something and it looks a certain way and you've gotten accustomed to it, to go in, especially if it has moving parts, but even if it doesn't, and do a major change on it, you just have to be bold, and, it's just bricks.
Yeah, look, I am a fan of this.
Yeah.
Right.
It's already so much better, don't you think?
Yeah, I think
it has that flat cutout color forms fun kind of.
Yeah, and it almost feels like these are too perfect now, right? Like I almost feel like these were great as an inspiration, but they are too, like, maybe there would be one whole one and the rest of them are broken, or I don't know.
Would it be possible to use a highlight color on this? Like, if you filled this channel here with another color, then you could paint on top of this one too and get some kind of directional lines going.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that.
So what would be another color? Do we have any accent colors in this, or do we just use yellow?
I don't know. Maybe dark blue, just because it would be shadow. But I don't know. We should see how it looks with everything else.
We should see what we can do to stay in palette if we can. But there are shadow colors. What are some of those other shadow colors?
Now I want to kind of construct one that has a whole...
Oh, gosh.
Uh-oh, be careful now.
Don't you love when that happens and a piece falls down in there and then, oh, there it is, down in my mechanics. Perfect.
What happened?
There it is, I got it out. No disaster.
All right, so yeah, I think you can see the difference now. Like, this was cool, but not really the right style. This is way more in style, I think.
Yeah, it's big and bold. I think that would read from, across a huge room.
Yeah, bold.
And why...
Don't be afraid to be bold.
Why did we decide to move the windmill to the other side? It was accidental that it got set there. Right?
Yeah, so we were... Okay, so this also shows you how just, like, weird things can evolve, and right, we were moving the model, and Richard and I just didn't want the teetering windmill to be like the only thing on the top. So we did
on the top.
I mean, we didn't want it to topple over. I'm just rambling right now. Sorry, everyone.
Now keep the weight reasonably low on this. Remember, we have to balance the weight for all four of them.
Right. It's going to be...
I think we're going to drive this with chain rather than a pulley. Oh, I see. You're using that as a model.
Yeah, I was just trying to come up with some ways to use it as a model. And, if you are unsure, a good way to tell if one is heavier is just to try to turn it, and it will automatically go to the bottom. So I know that this one is too heavy because, of course, it's a full plate with other plates on top of it. But I said I don't mind using this as a...
Here, does this work?
I don't mind using this as just as a model. I'm already. I mean, sometimes it's a thing. Like I'm starting off with a whole thing and then essentially breaking it. And I think it's a cool. I think it's a fun process.
Well, I've thought about that, Flynn. About
what's that? I don't know if anybody can hear him. He's talking.
Building a complete structure and then breaking down parts of it.
Yeah.
For me, that gives me a better sense of the proportions of the whole thing, as opposed to trying to build something broken at the start.
Right. So here, now I've just come up with this.
It's a great way to save bricks too, right?
It is. So here's another. I just want to make sure that these are all. I mean, that these are at least like similar lengths, and they are. There's a little bit of variation, but it's not too much. Oh, this has to be on top actually for this to work correctly.
Yeah, they have to be all the same distance from center, right?
Right. So there we go. So now I'm getting some choppier blades. And yeah, do you want to weigh that? We're gonna weigh these. So this is another way that you can do it. Let's see.
And I already teared it.
You tore it?
Do you say that?
No. So this is 0.35 ounces. 0.35 ounces.
Yay.
What do you know? 0.35 ounces.
That's great.
Wow. I feel... Wow. And, okay, so this one is actually lighter. This whole one is actually 0.30 ounces. But anyway, yeah, that's how...
So we just need to build a little, like...
Well, I'm going to build... I think I decided I'm going to build them all broken. I don't think I'm going to do...
Well, you know, so this is the most broken thing we've put on our structure so far, right?
Yep.
And I think this is going to this will be that kind of design centerpiece that sets a tone.
Yeah, oh, for sure. So this is, yeah. Oh, hey, Alyssa, welcome.
It'll be like Disney, it's the Matterhorn, it's the castle.
Yeah, so Alyssa, I'm rebuilding the fans of my Fab Max windmill. I had built them like this on a previous stream, but then decided that stylistically it didn't match. And so I wanted to do something that was more in the style of Fabuland. So instead, I'm piecing together angled plates to create... so this was sort of my model of what a perfect blade was like. Yep. And then...
Well, I don't
there we
have
go.
A 3.
All right. I'm gonna keep...
I think I've looked through these twice now, and there's just not a 1x3.
A 1x3?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go for yellow.
All right. I think I'm gonna do this one slightly different. Now, this one, I'm using a piece that's, arguably larger than the other ones, but
check this out.
Oh, I know. Coral.
What is it?
Coral.
A lot of coral. A whole lot of coral. Look at those quarter-round tiles.
That's a whole lot of coral.
We haven't done it yet, but we could do a coral font, right?
We could.
All that.
We could do a coral font.
That's who we should have on. Is it Lee who does the awesome fonts?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were saying that should be the name of the next host on Brick Trivia Showdown. Coral font.
Coral font. Like Alan Funt, but it's coral fonts. This is so dumb. I love it. It's perfect.
Okay, where's that scale? I need to measure this last one.
This is not going to work.
What's that?
Well, I mean, I guess, honestly, we're not making a perfect train, are we? We're making a crazy apocalyptic train. So if it's not perfectly symmetrical...
Check that out, everybody. I think this is done. Now, I mean, it's done as in, like, I made the broken pieces.
Can it be does it need to be reinforced on the back, or do you think it'll hold up?
I think it's going to be okay.
Well, that's not...
I mean, before, it's certainly held on by more studs than the other one was.
Okay, now I don't like this I don't like that this is off center, even though I'm gonna make a broken down train. So I think I'm gonna change that whole stripe to yellow.
A broken down barnacle barge.
That's Bob's boss, right?
Yeah, Mr. Phillips. Ahoy, Mrs. Brady. This is Mr. Phillips. All right. Yeah, sorry. There'll be about 20 people who remember that. All right, let's see.
Okay, I know I can do that. A 2x6. This is what I call slow progress, and this is how a little train engine can take all night, right?
So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate like you were talking about, but I'm going to use yellow grills.
I was thinking about grills because you can get directional with them.
Yeah.
And I'm reminded of the Bride of Frankenstein windmill that had these, like, you know...
well, like we did that, like I did the other ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Dare I use one of the cheese, like the cheese wedgie ones?
Dare you? Are we going to get...
Dare I?
Are we going to greeble?
Are we going to get in trouble? That's what I'm worried about.
Greeble trouble?
So I don't know, maybe...
Whoa.
Maybe this is just... You know.
You ever notice that? Where you've gotten something on the wall and you have like 600 of them in one exact size. Everything else is like, there's one, there's another, and then the rest of the whole collection.
Oh, you're right. It is that time. It is all that. It is that time. Yeah, it is. It is that special time of the day for our very special guest. Let's get ready for that. All right, everybody, here we go. Yay!
He was ready.
He was ready. Well, it's because he knew we were late.
He has a really good clock.
He does.
You want that? Look right there. Oh, it's almost like he's looking right at you.
He needs a bath.
I love you can always see his tail wagging and his face shaking back and forth. Can you do a catch? This is a big one. Good boy!
Yay, Logan! What a good boy!
What a good dog. You're a star. Here, have a little one. Not ready to go yet.
Logan cookie time, everyone. Thank you so much for the reminder.
Do we get a closing credit for our sponsor? Or did you do that?
No. I hadn't had a chance.
What? No, the Logan Cookie Time logo again.
Oh, this? No, I hadn't had
Well, I know I haven't had a chance to do yet another. Oh, look.
Press another button.
But you did a credit screen for the game show.
I did at the it was a last minute edition. Well, not really last minute because I did it the night before, so I don't know if you can really count that.
No, that's called being prepared.
So I'm just gonna do a little bit of greebling with these. I might add something different onto them too, but I'm gonna try and, because they are similar in weight, I'm gonna try and keep, for the moment anyway, and I don't know if I love this. I haven't decided yet if I like, if I'm
step back.
super into it or not.
I think it's starting to look, I'm sorry, it's a little staccato.
Yeah, well, there's not that many of these, so this may be not a good idea. Uh-oh.
Now, do you think we can do any decorating on the yellow that would, maybe that still lets us see the yellow, but is more there?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I can find some more yellow grills. I'm not sure. All right. There we go.
Well, what if it was not just grills? What if it was grills and other things like do we have yellow lightsabers or
Yeah, we probably
sticks?
have some stuff
What about
to add
just
on.
yellow sticks? One by ends.
Or maybe it doesn't need anything. Maybe it's just fine solid. Right? Like, maybe it doesn't need greebling. This isn't necessarily like... I mean, kind of like... Okay, you know what I think the thing is about deciding how we're going to greeble Fabuland is what's the size of our greeble? So if you were doing a really detailed model, the size of your greeble would be one one square, like one by one square plate.
Well, I say ours should be at least 2 by 2.
A 2 by 2, right? Or a little smaller, just so that we can accommodate. How about a 1 by 2? I think 1 by 2.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
So that we can use more smaller slopes.
Yeah. So now I had an idea about this.
Yes.
I don't know how it would work here, but if I were a windmill and I had a blue skin,
if you
right?
were, yeah.
If it had a blue skin on its arms, and that skin was torn away, then you would see the ribs. So wouldn't you see sticks sticking out from behind this?
We could, but then is that gonna screw up our?
No, it can't go that far back. It has to be one plate forward, or it'll.
Oh yeah,
Does
you're
it?
right.
Oh no, you're right. No, it can do that because of the thickness of the wheel.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is maybe that is in an alternate color, like, black or gray, or it's like, what if that's.
But we were also just talking about how this was too big, right? I don't know.
Too big.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? Do you think seeing ribs like that would?
Is that offensive?
Well, it meets our 1 by 2 rule.
I guess that's true.
And we need to reinforce this too. I think with a 1 by 2 there and a 2 by 4 across the top. How about that?
I don't know. I mean, it does add that little extra, bit of detail, but hopefully it's not too much of a.
Well, this is the sort of thing where, and we saw this in our California Dreamin' piece, where we say, oh, this is a great idea, and we go through and we add 200 of them to the piece.
Right.
And then we get up the next morning and we're like, no, what
that's
did we
the worst
do?
thing I ever did.
See, I don't mind a couple like that. If you look at it on screen there, you get a different perspective. I think that's pretty cool, but I wouldn't do a lot of them.
Yeah, maybe just like a couple. All right, that's
cool.
Definitely an idea.
Well, so have you thought about how we might mechanize this?
Well, I was thinking that we would use, Fabby Fan, I agree. I think it should just be like chunky. It's hard for us to step back because we're so used to doing things with so much detail.
Fabby Fan says no to the one.
Well, he just says I think you're overcomplicating it, and I agree. I think it just needs to be.
Well, let's take these guys off.
Well, no, I'm okay with these. I think the yellow lines were overcomplicating, but these might too. We'll see what it looks like once it's up above the city. That's like the real thing. But I think we've spent enough time on the Windmill Blades for the second time.
Well, we talked about using pulleys, right? Which I like the idea of that. What if we have a chain mechanism that drives from a low motor down here in the bottom? Here. We could put a small motor down here in the bottom with a gear, and then have a chain that runs up to another gear here, and then that same axle that gear is on has a pulley, so we use a short rubber band up to the top.
Yeah, that could work. As long as it's not pulling too hard on there.
Gauge the pulley on this, actually.
Back here.
Is there a slot?
No, you just put it right over top, right?
Oh, and it's just gonna, it won't work its way off.
Yeah,
we could try that, right?
Yeah, I think it's.
So then that says to me that the base needs to be big enough to accommodate a motor, or in profile, like the motor could go here and we could turn sideways.
And I think I'm gonna build it. I think I'm gonna build it on a smaller base plate that will fit onto the thing there.
Hey Flynn, do we have any roof pieces left?
I don't know what you mean.
Well,
you mean like
the angled Fabuland roof pieces?
I'm not sure. We have to look.
If we do, or even if we don't, I think we should do, and this would give us a place for our motor. What if at the base of the windmill we do a little shed? Like it's where the windmill operator lives.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we could do that.
And then we hide our motor inside that.
Inside the shed?
Yeah.
The inner shed? Sure.
Yeah, and then...
see if I can come up with a...
So then it should be able to accommodate this powered up hub. And then the nice thing about it having a powered up hub is we can program between this hub and the train.
Well, it can't be bigger than that. That's as large as it can be, and it's And actually,
What's
it
that?
has to be a little bit smaller than that.
Why? What's that limit set by?
The track for the train. Otherwise, it will run into it.
Well, how about this? Can we hide that?
I mean, I can build something around it. So as long as the front edge, so let's say this is the front. The front edge of the track is right around here. So I want to say we need to give it air to about there if you don't want it to run into stuff.
Okay. Is there?
Can
we make this thick enough?
It can also be built over this way, but I'm gonna build this larger on the outside. This was just the temporary. I just got to make sure. Like I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put this here as a reminder that I can't go past this area while I'm building.
Because the track crosses.
Because the track will cross over.
Okay, so I have a question for you.
What's
then.
that?
If you put that back here, can we enlarge the footprint of the tower?
Yes, that's the plan.
Enough to hold this, and then we just make a slot for this on like the second level or something.
That's the plan.
You know? Yep. And then that drives a motor, which is in the little shed down here, and we can easily pull this in and out, you know, to change the batteries.
Right.
Okay, cool.
All right. Woohoo!
So that's right, and we find that again and again, is that finding places to hide the wires and batteries at the base when you're first starting to construct the building is super helpful, because it's so hard to build them in afterwards.
Right.
Well, I'm going to continue trying to find yellow and blue bricks for this thing.
Now, I think I can go as wide as this.
Oh, I went over here for the drawers. You moved the drawers over here.
I know, I keep doing the same.
Where they're easy to get to.
So I think, like for fun, I don't know if that's gonna work, because the building has to be this wide.
Well, then what if we put? Oh, but it would have to be like this, so the cables go up through the top.
It doesn't have to be. I mean, we could use a snot piece to mount it on there if you wanted it mounted, but I like it better loose.
Yeah, make it loose, but put tiles on the bottom so it doesn't catch on studs.
Yeah.
Just tile all this down there.
Okay.
And then could we make a door that covers it, or it doesn't matter?
Yeah, this will be a door eventually. Right now,
no,
it's not a door.
Can you come? You can't come one stud this way, can you?
Not without it being really close.
No, we don't want to play close to the train, because if the train sticks out beyond the track, it could hit it.
There, I would say that would be that's one stud. That's probably the most we can do.
Can we try it on the track?
In a minute. Yep.
Okay. So maybe I'll just make all of this business. Trying to match this, I guess I would have a blue stripe down low here, right? A blue stripe down low where I've already started establishing one. I'm not super experienced with trains. You know, like some of our friends are very experienced with trains.
So I actually had a one of these that had a lamp post that I thought would be great for there it is. So you can see this window actually has like a little lamp post attached. So I thought that might be kind of fun. And actually I think
so then these, if this is lined up with that, then all that has to be yellow and all this has to be yellow.
So I'm going to put this as a stand-in door. Now, unfortunately, I haven't been able to find any more Fabuland door frames, which is really awful.
Online?
Yeah, and actually it's funny, they're not actually called Fabuland door frames. They're just called 2x6x7, I think, doors. And Yeah, they're just like, they're one brick taller than regular Duplo or the regular old school Lego doors. So, let's see.
Oh, shoot. What did I just do? I just took this off and I don't remember.
Did you take a picture?
I did. I think it was just like that.
Oh boy. Alright.
Right?
Now how...
Well, now I have to hook this up to make sure I haven't broken it.
Well, I hope you didn't break it.
Well, I mean, it's Lego. It goes back together. There's only so many pieces. But now I need the remote, right?
Okay, Sam. Thanks so much for stopping by. We're just... we do different things every day on this building chat. So definitely hope you can stop by and see us. Check us out on a Friday when we show all of the stuff that people here have worked on for our weekly challenges. They're really a lot of fun.
And here, I'll hold this up. Oops. I didn't break it. Yay,
No good.
It all works, right?
Thank goodness.
And just as a reminder for anyone who's wondering about Powered Up, I have this medium linear motor here hooked up to port A. I don't know if you can see, but there it is. A, B. I have it in A. And then on my remote here, I'm using the A button to go forward and back. And if I had a motor or lights hooked up to B, I could use the B on this remote. And then I'm going to turn off the battery pack so I don't run down the battery by just holding the center button on the remote until it blinks. Is it doing it? There. And it'll shut this off.
So check this out. I was able to actually make a little area to slide this in and out.
That's great. Thank you. Here, I'll get you some tiles. What size of tile do we need?
I wouldn't worry about the tile, although if we put a tile here, it'll help hold it in, and then that tile just has to be popped off to pull this out. See, like there's a perfectly shaped hole here.
Okay.
A tile will hold that in.
You mean like a 1x?
Or actually, you know what? A 1x4 plate would be better, and I've got one right here, only because...
How about a brick is even easier to remove?
I think you can do a brick. I think you should be able to do a brick.
Here.
There you go. Yep.
Yay!
Oh, and it's essentially locked this in. So check it out. I've put I built this little building around the hub, and I've made like a little door for it here, and we just put this 1x4 brick here. So if we take this brick off, now we can just slide out the hub when we need for it to change the batteries or whatever.
Okay, but I notice an important thing here. Can you install a window here on this next row up? Because we need to be able to unplug this before we can pull this out.
Well, this whole back part is probably going to be mostly open, is my guess.
Okay,
so
great.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Great. Access and modularity, right? Two huge important things. What's going on?
Nothing. What's going on with you?
I don't know. Just not building this very quickly over here, but making little bits of progress. So now I'm going to do a 1x6 brick.
So now I feel like I have like a nice I feel like I have a nice thick base. And the other thing that's nice about this too is that when it's time to turn this on, we'll be able to flip open this door and put it on.
Oh, that's super important.
Yep. So yeah, so it has access to take it out and change the batteries, and it also has access in the front to turn off and on. And since nobody's really going to be seeing the back of this, I'm not too worried about it.
Trying not to get ahead of myself here and forget what goes where.
Well, I'm sure glad you guys like watching us build MOCs, because otherwise you'd be really bored right now.
And break things. Break things, rebuild them.
All right. Let's see. Okay, so...
Right, that works. And then I might leave some of this gray in there because I don't have these special ball hinge linkages, you know, for between the trains in a color. I've only got them in... Oh. I have corners here. I can swap those out for color, so I can get most of the way there to colorful.
So I'm thinking, so now that we moved the windmill, are we still gonna do the billboard?
I don't think there's room for a billboard there. I mean, would there be a sign behind the apartment complex? Be like, you know, welcome to Vault 360Q.
Right. Oh my goodness. I don't know.
Right? I don't. We should look and see what it looks like. But I like the idea of having a taller element back here. Look, it could be very tall. I know you can't see us on the camera right now, but I'm holding the truss for the thing. Right? If it's here.
Yeah.
And then a sign back there. It's almost like this. I think we should still keep the billboard. We always talk a lot about silhouette, right? What is the overall composition? Does it have diagonals? Is it balanced left to right but not too matchy-matchy?
Ooh, I love it. There's some discolored bricks in here. These are going to be great in the build. I think they're going to look cool. So you can, I don't know if you can see it really on the camera, but this brick is discolored, so it's going to add to that whole, you know, apocalyptic thing.
Oh, look at that. I don't know about you, this is nerve-wracking to me. Splitting this apart, you know, without making things fly apart, especially on a much bigger construction, but even something small like this, breaking it without actually breaking it. Flynn's pretty good at that.
So what I'm thinking about on this windmill thing is I don't want it to just be one giant tall tower without any kind of variation to it at all. So I think I may institute like a floor here, and then building some columns and having an open area in the center, just so that it doesn't get to be too much. All right.
What you mean? You mean so that it has some variation in shape?
Well, more to the point, it has variation in the floors. Like, it's not just like window.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
There's something else going on there.
Can we build in a balcony? Would the windmill operator want to stand on a balcony, like, you know, Lady Elaine Fairchild? And
she doesn't have a balcony.
She has a museum go round.
But that's not a balcony.
Well, she stands in front of it. I don't know. I mean, they're all raised up. They're puppets. Right? I don't know.
Wow, you're really reaching. You're really reaching right now.
A little. Doesn't Lady Elaine she doesn't have a balcony?
She doesn't.
I guess she doesn't. She stands in front of the museum go round.
It's true. But I don't object to having a sort of little... I wish we had fences though. Oh, you know what we do have? Let's see.
Oh, we have those heart fences, or they look almost like headboards.
We do, but we also have those more industrial looking fences. Like, I feel like it could be, like, it doesn't need to be square. Like, if it could be...
Well, I like those. You mean the fences with
that look like a rounded
thing?
Yep, exactly right. It's exactly what I was thinking of.
Well, here, let me get this plate off here without exploding the whole mechanism.
Are you going to be able to do it?
Yes, it should be simple. I'm just making a big deal about it.
But yeah, I'm thinking, I feel like I need plates that I don't have.
I feel like I must be unjoining gears that should not be unjoined right now. You know, when you like put something apart and then you go to put it back together and it just doesn't fit exactly perfect right away.
See, you're okay. I want to make sure we're talking about the same things here. I mean, I'm sure we are because
I use them in all of my space mods.
We're talking about
yes
these.
Yeah, those, and then there's another one too.
There's
that's
some
wider.
There's a longer. These would work also actually.
Yeah, I like those. Who was it? Was it
ones.
Michael Kanemoto? Someone built this into their piece.
Well, it's such a great piece.
Well, I'm not coming up with any more.
With any more what?
6s. I guess I can use a 4 and a 2. How about that?
So I wonder what degree this would allow me to add this on.
I think I need to, you know, sometimes you just spend forever working around something, working around it, and then isn't it just easier to take it apart?
Yes.
Right? And then you take it apart and you're like, oh, how easy was that?
Baby Fantasy, you could set the side windows back and fill the corners with yellow 2x2s. Yes, 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 you could definitely do that as well. That is very true. Let me see.
Oh, look how easy. Oh, I'm such a dork. Look at this.
What? No.
Okay, so I'm sitting here. I'm like, oh, take the plate off. It's a 1x6. How will I get it off? And then I'll get it back in. And then there's these little corners. And it's all snot, and it's so hard. But, or you could just take the snot piece off and have perfect access to it. No problem at all. Easy. You know, you've done this.
All right, so yeah, I really like this idea of the balcony. I think is great. Now, it definitely doesn't.
I always like
this is
pushing
a
out a balcony
This is a different
or
one.
a bay window, just anything to break that box.
Yeah, it's funny, this one works better. These ones work better for this particular one. Now, the only thing is this won't be seated. But do we care?
I don't really think that. I mean, we shouldn't even... Okay, in Fab Max, does everything have to be perfectly perpendicular?
Actually, check this out. It doesn't matter because it actually fits in the space between the studs at this angle.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yay. And then you still get a little blue detail sticking out there.
Yep. So that's pretty cool. I'm digging that.
I think that's hidden.
Yeah, look at that. What a perfect match. Like, it was accidental, but a total match. Oh, JB Brick Fanatic. Hey, welcome. How's it going? All right.
That's better. Now can I take this one off? Uh-oh. Whoa.
What's going on there?
Nothing? Breaking stuff? What are you doing?
Same. All right.
There.
Here we go. And yeah, it looks like, Fabby Fan MK, it looks like I will be setting these walls back one in this particular instance. Like that. I think that's starting to look great. Right? Yes, we don't have don't have to transport it to a con, it's true. Thank goodness for that.
I know. So the last time we built Snake Queen, we drove it all the way from Oakland to, Pasadena?
Yep.
Crazy. All the way down Highway 5, bouncing like this the whole way. And we kept hearing things come, like rain down off it like a rain stick.
Oh my goodness, that was terrifying. Look at that.
Okay.
That was a good idea, honey. I like the idea of the...
Oh, thanks.
All right.
Okay, can I really do this?
So cool.
But I don't know how good of television or webavision it makes, but I don't like racing when I build.
Webavision?
Yeah, I just
Is that your new...
That's my new thing, webavision. Right? Hosted by Ricardo Montalban. I gotta see, you know, we have all that old vintage TV. I'm wanting to look at some, you know, Fantasy Island or Love Boat.
Love Boat.
Those things that have...
No.
Yeah, well, they all had so many of those TV stars of the period, right?
Well, okay, so they held a lot of meaning for us as kids who were too nerdy to have friends to go out with on a weekend night.
But they are, like, I guess they're problematic now.
No, they're ridiculous.
Yeah, they are.
It's one of those things like watching, you know, one of the cartoons that you loved as a kid. So, hey, Mr. Elmo Man, you were you were early out. Very good. Welcome. Blasphemy. What's blasphemy? What did we do now?
No, what did we do
now? What did I say that was
Dang
blasphemous? Going back and watching some things that are terrible, because man, there's some really terrible ones.
Okay, I think, can I get an opinion here? Is this, in order to go with this, and they line up like that, this should be yellow down here, shouldn't it? All this stuff down here.
Yeah, kinda. Technically.
Yellow, and then this should be a blue stripe.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can do that.
Yeah.
Well, if a vehicle was important, what are you looking at the chat? I saw you fade.
Yeah, Alyssa says when you take those nostalgia glasses off, sometimes it's like, oof, yeah, absolutely. I can promise you, like when I went back and watched HR Puffnstuff for the first time as an adult, I was really sad that I went back and watched HR Puffnstuff.
Why did it break the spell?
Well, it was just so much more terrible and stupid than I remembered. So I let my, like those other Sid and Marty Krofft shows, I just let my imagination, like, you know, pretend like it was amazing.
That's better. See, I'm getting an idea. I mean, I'm figuring it out. It takes a while, but I enjoy that. I enjoy the, like, looking at it and changing it and coming back to it.
So I wonder if this isn't more appropriate, so that at least, okay. I was gonna set these.
Oh shoot!
I was gonna set these back here, and I can tell you what would happen in about an hour. Richard would come and say, "Why don't those windows line up? I don't like it that the windows don't line up."
I think the windows should line up.
So I'm gonna move these forward. See, this is where it pays to know your partner.
Yeah, I believe in balanced asymmetry, but there's also, I don't know, architectural appropriateness, right? If you set a convention, it becomes a much more believable building if you follow it. You know that about me. He knows all of my riffs on this. Is that right? Are they lined up now? It's just that it's...
They are. I've stepped in, though. And I think that's okay.
Fine.
Like, I think it's okay to start stepping in because we want to be a little bit closer. Like, we even want to step in one more. Like, one more stud a little further up, right?
Oh,
so
right.
if we do this, like, why don't we just make this the final, like, real floor? Right?
Well... Look, it can be flush to the front.
Oh no, it has to come up. He has to come up here. It has to come up this high because you don't want the blade to go in front of the door.
Why don't you not step up any further? Or maybe you could. What if you angle back and you have an angled roof here? Might be cute.
Right. Yeah, it was designed by an unskilled architect. Exactly right. All right, me. I am the unskilled architect.
No, it was
in this
probably
story.
some like panda or raccoon or something.
Or some lazy alligator. Because apparently he's lazy, according to the paperwork. You all right there?
Yeah.
All right.
Got it. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee.
I should probably do that. Yeah, the animal, they don't have, it's true, right, Holly? They don't have opposable thumbs, so maybe we should be cutting them a little bit of a break.
I feel like I'm on the verge of breaking this to where I have to look at, oh, Okay.
And you were right.
I was. There was a whoops moment there. Let's get back on camera.
Oh my goodness. Yes, definitely it's the smoke. It's the smoke. Just blame it on that.
Well,
it's not that we're ridiculous in any way.
There. Okay, that's back together. That's back together. Now this little thing.
Wow. And I have to say that I'm really liking the the way this is turning out. I was unsure. Like, I didn't really have a design in mind for the windmill other than than having the blades. Ooh. But I'm really liking the way this is turning out.
Yeah, it's that form and function back and forth, right?
Right.
Look at this, another. I don't know what happened. There was an influx. There was an incursion of non-Lego 1x-N plates.
HR puffin stuff.
See, the
when things get rough.
One of the greatest things.
HR puffin stuff. You can't get a little, but you can't get enough. Whoa.
And another.
I mean, that's how it went. I don't know. The puffin stuff was watching too. He knew exactly what to do. He something.
Attacking as the boy was fighting back.
Wow.
He called his rescue racers through and off, and they'd rehearsed.
Okay, now we're gonna get sued. Yeah, we have to stop.
I could go on. I know all those.
Oh my god.
So wait, we're back to looking for yellow 1x6.
Alyssa, I should have checked the references before hiring an all-alligator company. They're way behind schedule, despite running faster than most mammals.
Oh, can I find a 1x2? Sorry for all the racket.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, honey, you know what?
What?
You're very smart.
Well, I like how we design stuff together.
I think this is going to look really good. Right?
Well, isn't it awesome that we have all these building bricks?
I know. I was
so
just
excited.
thinking that. Thank you, benefactor. So yeah, check it out. Now I've got.
That's great. And is that the size? Like, can we actually put a character up there?
I believe so.
And can we fit a standard Lego door frame in that opening?
No, well, I shrunk that down from a regular door. So, I mean, we probably could, like a yellow door, like a little yellow door frame.
So is this an actual Fabuland door here?
No, that's just a regular Lego door.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Uh-oh, that's awesome.
All right, well, let's see if...
yeah, let's fit a regular door into... We're talking about right there.
So, actually, if we want him to fit in the door, it needs to be one brick shorter. But check it out.
Now he has a little balcony to
Somebody
stand on.
can stand in the doorway.
Yay, it's so much more fun.
It is. It's much more cheerful, right?
Well, we're going to have to make it less cheerful.
Right. I mean, again, now we can add the things on. And what do you think? Do you think I should be putting these all the way around?
Yes. Although, could we have one broken and hanging off at an angle?
Yeah, it feels like it should, right?
Like maybe we could use what if we use a Mixel's hinge and get one like broken and hanging off?
It's like, don't walk on that side of the balcony because you will fall off.
So can we get a door frame in there?
Yeah, if you want to see if we have any yellow doors or blue doors, I guess, actually.
Yes. And then we're probably coming in for a landing pretty soon, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, here. Or should we use one of those thick doors?
These are windows.
Oh. I thought there was a doors thing there.
Oh, wait, now there's I saw a yellow door in here.
Here, there's a red door frame.
Too tall, I think.
For real?
See, now here's where the thing.
A short one.
This is where here's a difference between. That's too small. We need an original door frame. You're looking in the wrong place. But there's another box of door frames. So, because there's these, which are like old Lego doors, but they are not the actual doors.
Oh, here we go. Look, can we do a colorful? We wouldn't want to do a green door, would we, or a yellow door?
Well, I think a yellow door with this red frame would work.
There's a yellow door with a thick red frame.
There we go. Check it out. So this isn't technically Fabuland, but I wonder if just by virtue of being there, it creates a nice background for the character, and it doesn't. Maybe it kind of transcends being not the right kind of door.
I think people are not gonna leave in
a huff.
In a huff because we have a non-Fabuland door there. I like the yellow background.
Yellow taps or rods as a broken railing. I like that.
Yay, good idea.
Like that. Okay, so where were those blue plates again? I had them down here. So I feel like this needs another. This needs another floor area. Now, how do you feel about?
I'm gonna have to go in.
Not so much another full balcony, but just like
eaves?
A little hang off, so that it just hangs off a little bit.
Creating eaves, right? Because this already does.
Creating some all about eaves. I went there.
Well, I don't know. I think it's. If you look at this guy up here, I think it might be all about Steve.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
this is what we've come to.
See where we got to?
This is what it's come to, y'all.
Okay, I'm actually going to be good and put away some of these bricks that I've been... Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, I like the combination of the new thicker thing in the balcony. I think definitely our design that was just a few windows before is improved. Oh, these should be...
Cool. So now we just need to build like a little red...
a tower.
Stripes. Let's do red and blue stripes. A little red and blue striped tower all the way down.
Okay.
That ends here. I think stripes would look really good.
Now, what kind of full brick stripes, right?
Yeah, full brick
stripes. That's our minimum pixel size for a lot of stuff is a full brick.
Yeah, and I'm going to go in one more.
That makes sense. Now, can we be cute about this and put small? Let's put small windows in it.
There will be no cuteness.
We have red windows. We have yellow windows.
We do have some vintage yellow windows. Hey, Minifig Nick's here. How's it going? We are coming in for a landing here on this very exciting Fabuland windmill build that I'm super psyched about. Hoping that...
So, what if we do that, Flynn?
And I think I'm going to have to go back in here and add in some of those, like, broken pieces that we were talking about.
Now, do you think... I think the yellow is bolder than the blue, but I don't know if it's out of character for the building.
Well, I mean, I think we could do both, right?
Here, look, though. Why don't we put these cute little vintage windows...
Hey, Drew is here. Drew Dershel. How's it going? Welcome. We haven't seen you in a while. Oh, it's always nice to have Drew here, you guys.
Hey, Drew.
Drew is awesome, and he is someone that... that we've been friends with for a while, and is just awesome, and a great Lego friend, and a great friend of the stream, and we don't get to see him nearly as often as we would like with all this pandemic business.
A dedicated AFOL with a really great...
Check out these vintage train windows.
A great eye for color and superhuman organization skills.
Right.
So what if we did a red tower with yellow windows?
Well, I'm starting to think that it's looking a little nice. Like it's looking a little fancy. And that's why I was talking about that's why I was asking about the...
Well, why don't you... Oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you.
That's why I was asking about whether we were still going to do the billboard and whether or not we might be... Oh, look, you can do axles in there. Whether or not we might be able to use these to get up high. And it'll also open it up. I feel like this is really heavy. It's starting to get really heavy, and we need to lighten it up a little bit.
Do you think 2 layers is enough? We could put some axles in there. Or you could make this wider, and we could go just all the way around.
Yes, if we do these, if we stack these both up, it's a little too tall.
So what if we take off one layer of red? No, that needs an angle.
Oh, I don't know. Here we go.
Can you all see this? I think we're showing it to us and not to you. If you hold it like this.
Now, do you think that I think...
You put that on the... Just to show them what we're talking about here. We've got one layer there. I think we should do 2 layers of truss because they look so cool, right? Like a radio tower. And then we could fill in the spaces in between.
Instead of?
Yeah. Do the whole rise here with these truss pieces.
I do want one layer of red bricks just to give a line.
A border. So shall I get some axles?
Yeah, let's get some axles to put in there. So you'll notice, what we want to do here is we want to put these, we want to put these guys up here, but you'll notice that these don't actually have studs on the end. They actually have axle holes, which is great because you can put, we're going to need the very smallest ones, number 2s. So what we can do now is put these in here.
Oh, great. And they don't go in where you can't get to them? They stop?
Yeah, they stop.
Nice, sturdy structure. Even though we're not driving with it, it's great if it doesn't fall apart before we shoot it.
And then you can put these right on top.
Yeah, and...
Oh, I kind of like that detail. What do you think?
Well, what if we use longer axles?
No, I mean, I like this detail. So this...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
This piece has, like, cut-out chunks that are meant to be put in the back, but I actually, for this build, kind of like the way it looks. That's what I was going to do, yeah. It just adds that a little bit of detail.
I like what's happening. It's no longer like a lighthouse. It's this more like radio tower sort of thing. And then we've got our mechanism there, right?
Yeah, so if we just put a plate on this.
Yeah, and then do you think to continue the color scheme, do you think we should fill in any of this with bricks?
No, I think it should be open.
Okay.
Because there's a little ladder. I'm going to pretend there's a ladder that comes up.
So would we do another?
Oh, sure, we could do little railings. Or would they go out here?
Yes. Do we have enough?
I don't know. No, I don't like that.
No, I like it in there.
Yeah, so maybe we'll put a little guy here. We've got the X's here.
So now it's a much lighter structure, right? Not only is it no longer just like a big tube, but it's also much, much lighter.
Right, I'm going to take off.
That? Do you want me to get a 6x6 plate? Uh-oh.
No, I was just taking some bricks off of here to see if...
So what color plate would we need? A 6x6 red might exist.
6x6 red would be good. Or blue, actually, would be best, because all of our floors have been blue.
Okay.
So here's the blue one.
Large plates are harder to come by.
Well, 6x6 isn't too bad. Or you could just, we could also just do,
Here's a 4x6 and I'll give you a 2x.
Alrighty.
Will that work?
Yeah, absolutely.
Math is hard.
Indeed.
Get that.
Right, and then this can go atop it.
Now the only thing I think here is this blue floor with the blue blades kind of gets lost. So we might want to do some kind of contrasting detail there. Oh,
I'm not worried about it.
Here, show it to the. I guess.
So check it out, everybody. Here is our completed. Well, I mean, I'm going to rough it up a little bit, but here is our completed windmill, and I think.
Should we hold it further back?
Hang on one second.
Oh, you're going to zoom out.
So here is our completed. I mean, I will fix up this door here. But overall,
that's great. So we have access to the powered up. we're going to be able to get the windmill turning.
Right.
I think it's a much better shape.
It is a much better shape.
And we can,
and the back looks terrible, but it doesn't matter.
Well, and we can go in some of these places and change out some of the red bricks for slopes, so we put cracks in the walls.
Yeah, I wanted to do that. I just wanted to get, like, for the purposes of today's stream, I wanted to make sure that we got a structure completed.
And I didn't make it all the way here, but I was able to change out most of the gray bricks there for a color scheme. I know where my blue stripe has to be, so I've got bricks I can put in there, and I'll change these out as well. And then get going on the shape of that middle car.
I'm super loving this. This is great.
And then I'll hide this whole gray motor. Will be hidden in some. I think I'm gonna make some kind of tanker or something.
All right, well, that about wraps it up for today, friends. So thank you so much for joining us. As a reminder, we are this is for Fab Max, which is images are due on the 24th. And then we are also doing the Under the Sea challenge, which is due this Thursday. So tomorrow, we will not be here to remind you.
I had a false start on my Under the Sea challenge. I had this great idea. I was going to make this undersea kind of rover thing, like a big bubble with arms, you know, that went out. And it turns out we actually built that. It's a friend set that we built already on the stream.
It's easy to be inspired.
So there's no reason for me to need to build that. And I'm doing an undersea scene instead of landscape. Kelp beds. I think kelp beds.
All right, so thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to turn in your Under the Sea builds tomorrow by 5 p.m. 5 p.m. I believe that Mairead starts working on it then, so definitely make sure that you've got that covered.
And by the way, thanks, Mairead. That's such a huge help.
Yes, thanks, Mairead. And don't forget, everybody, to make sure you name your images with the name that you want us to read online, right? And if you have more than one image, make sure you number them 1, 2, 3. Okay, that will be
easy to organize. Then we can tell your story in the right order.
Exactly. So let me see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, so you can, if you have any ideas or thoughts, you can email us at flynn@trickybricks.com. If you wanted to turn in your challenge photo, it's challengephotos@trickybricks.com.
Oh, look at that. A whole other graphic.
And
I know, we've seen that before.
It's been there. And then we have, there's this thing, right? If you want to send us anything through the snail mail, I know there's something there now that we will.
I know, we can't wait to see it.
Go and check when it's not the end of the world outside.
I know.
And you can do that at Flynn Richard, P.O. Box 11517, Oakland, California 94611. Oh yes, Monica. Yes, save them as JPEGs, please.
Oh yeah, that's great.
That'd be helpful. So have a really good day. If you're on the West Coast, please stay inside and stay safe, because or at least if you're near us.
Here's a big TrickyBricks hug for everyone who needs a hug. But it's bad out there.
Right? It's not fun. So yeah, be careful, be safe, and we will see you.
Right here, hug me back. For everyone that needs a hug, there's a TrickyBricks hug for all of you who need hugs today.
So everybody, please remember, until we see you next time, to please stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, wear your mask, and we'll see you Friday at 10 a.m.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Happy building.